all of them, all 5 of them.
Is safe while you still draw breath, Joseph. You must die today. Not even your wife Amy was spared your lust to serve Satan.
Damn me if you must. Get off it! Speaking of my late wife!
There is still fight in you. I must drive the devil out for the safety of everyone here.
Oh, no one is safe!
Joseph, do you renounce the devil and all his teachings?
I carry no sin. I'm no disciple of the devil. Alcoholism infects you with madness. Roy, you're my saints, servants.
We have to stop this.
This has to end.
Help.
Let's do this.
Thank you, Daniel. Oh, even Angela's helping out with this. Taylor's not with him though.
Come on!
Angela's like moving those rocks like a boss.
There can
I
be
love
no
it.
more doubting. This is witchcraft. More stones. The devil must be crushed from within him. Do not flinch. The fate of Little Orc rests in your hands.
Poor Joseph. It's okay, bud. You never existed in the first place. But that doesn't mean that the history is real, though. The history is real. It's the house.
What happened? Tell me.
We don't have a lot of time.
Time for what?
Look, John!
Yep. I am going
I'm
to
tired of running.
take this guy out.
Are you crazy? We gotta move!
Angela. I'm not waiting for you. Please hurry.
Please hurry!
We are of water. That was a heroic move for Angela, I think.
Come on, you fucking ready!
Take that. Good job. The hammer! Angela. Oh, come on! Come on. I'm like, come on. I got that one. Come on, Angela. It's time for you to defeat your demons. Give her the hammer. Let her have the hammer. I like this. I like that Angela is helping out John. I love this. Help him out. This is so cool. This is really cool. Take that. This is even cooler than the first time. When you have Team Angela and Team John, like, opening a can and taking names. Help. Oh no, I'm helping. Boom! No, not today. Boom! Smack him. Smack him, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. See if you all stick together. Taylor. If we all stick together, you'll be fine. Don't abandon each other.
We gotta go! Like now!
Time for heroics. Leave me and go.
Interested in me? Get out of here! Go! I'll hold it back!
You can get away! Escape! I did! You don't have to do this!
This is stupid! Get out of there!
See, those unlocked. I don't know about the other ones. Why the other ones didn't unlock.
Is it gone? I don't see it anymore. Where in God's name are we now?
Place looks like it burned down. Something here isn't right.
Something isn't right is this shitty town's motto.
Ooh, I'm Taylor this time. Taylor wasn't even in this before, so it's kind of cool that we're Taylor. And even this Taylor's deceitful. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a bug. I feel like that actually is unlocked. I feel it, because it's like, Taylor's supposed to be unlocked as well. She was very heroic this entire playthrough. Yeah, and this is for the next game. Alright. Good old Ashley Tisdale. Hey, my swing is actually, like, fixed now. I conquered you. Go away, I conquered you. Oh, please. Yeah, I conquered you. Go away. You have no power over me. Even though the game is trying to say that I didn't unlock my traits, but we'll see. Hey, Megan. It's alright, Megan, we're almost done. Go up there, sweetheart. James and Anne.
Professor and Angela were husband and wife in a past life.
I'm pretty sure I would have remembered if I married Angela.
This makes less and less sense.
Modern Guide to Successful Parenting. I don't remember reading this book, the contents of this book, so I'll read it now. Parents unhappy with their own upbringing can overcompensate. They might not want their children to feel the same as they do about their own parents. They yearn to be friends with their offspring, so parents accept theories that encourage love as the solution to conflict. This leads to the belief that if their children misbehave, they should not be angry or punish them, but instead indulge in ever greater displays of love. Spoiling a child in this way has grave consequences. Children become demanding and disagreeable. Parents suppress anger at their child's behavior, but cannot keep a lid on their frustration until they explode. Frightening and confusing the children. The parents feel guilty and at a loss of what to do, feeding a new cycle of misbehavior. The problem lies with parents trying to be patient when impatience is exhausted and the child needs correction. They are indecisive or irresolute when firmness is required. If no one corrects them, the child will only escalate his behavior, until his provocations become so serious that his parents snap. An eruption restores peace temporarily, but there is a danger in the aftermath. Parents who feel guilty at losing their temper forget to give their child time to endure his punishment. Instead, they attempt to undo the correction by easing penalties. Discipline requires consistency. Both parents must hold the line against a rebellious child, and punishments followed through. Should one parent relax their discipline because of laziness or guilt, they leave an opening for a naughty child to exploit. Setting limits. Parents must set limits, and indeed a child prefers his parents to be firm, provided they are also fair. This is essential training in getting on with other people. Without it, the child believes the world will conform to their demands and tantrums. Such spoiled children are often shocked by the real world and cannot cope in an environment that doesn't indulge their whims. They face becoming unpopular or learning the hard way how to socialize with others. That's a really great point. It's a really great point. A modern guide to successful parenting in the 1970s. That's actually some pretty decent advice. I conquered you already. Oh, please. Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, please. Go back to the sewer from whence you came. Hey, sweetheart. I hope we're not gonna die at the end of this, because, our locked traits are kind of telling us otherwise. And then another one of them is coming. Yeah, another one is gonna come. All four of them, but not 5. Yeah. Okay. And then this is that drawing of, which I've realized is a drawing of Megan and the priest.
They don't notice me at all. They don't care.
The clock. There's that clock. Yeah. And examine this thing. I don't know if I read this one. A letter from Reverend Carson. I don't think I read this one. Did I? Reverend Leonard Carson, St. David's Church, September 9th, 1971. Dear Anne, thank you for your letter regarding Megan. I understand your concerns and assure you that your daughter's rebellious behavior is not unusual. I've helped parents with similar issues and would be happy to help with Megan's moral guidance. Hebrews 12:11 says that all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful right of righteousness. Please see me after the service on Sunday so we can arrange time for some personal instruction. Reverend Carson. And then this is where we see David, or Daniel's demon. So basically we see all 4 of them. Even though you better not show up at the end of this. Better not show up. Because at this rate, John's the only one who's getting out again.
Shit! What was that? What was that?
Gotta be the girl. Let's go find her.
All right, Andrew. Now it's time for you to take us home. Please take us all home. I tried so hard to keep everybody alive. Please, game.
She's in
Don't
here.
bug out on me.
What the hell?
Stay here.
Oh, this time Taylor's with me, not my boy Daniel. Oh, that's fine.
Hey, Bigfoot, mind the goddamn vinyl, will ya?
Andrew, what's going on?
Let me go!
We are all gathered here in one place again. I am filled with dread at the purpose.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This puppet was mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so! Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan, has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
They've lost their minds.
This is crazy. These people have lost their freaking minds.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town, or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this child
know.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's indulgence. Please guide me at this time. I seek your counsel. We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court. Carver, he's the evil one. We have been swayed by malice.
Somebody's choosing those options for me. Only not
Mary.
someone. The game is, because of the
Reverend
curator's cut.
Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this town purged of all evil.
Carver's not guilty. Carver is
He's right.
guilty.
Listen to him. Carver is the guilty one.
What must I do to bring Little Hope back into the line? I fear the Reverend and what he is capable of. You have to stop Carver. It's him, don't you get it? He's condemning Mary to take the heat off himself. I know what must be done here.
There we go. Take him out.
Be still. What is the meaning of this outrage?
What I have just learned sickens me to my core. There are serious questions which must be asked of you.
There we go.
How can a man of God conduct himself in such a way? Mary, your suffering is at an end. You are free to leave.
Fools! Misled by a child! Do you not see what she is? The truth stares at you from the depths of
I see
hell.
that you're not explaining the Bible.
The
You're not
devil's daughter
explaining your
has deceived you
Bible.
all.
Yeah,
Not me.
right. Keep
I see her.
walking.
I see her! Satan's whore! You will pay heavily for your crimes. I was one of the first to fall under your spell. Now all of Little Hope is mesmerized by you.
I've not the words. Without you, I would be dead. You saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
But I didn't save you.
He's referring to Megan. Anthony didn't save Megan or anyone. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Oh, I hope my game didn't bug out.
It worked.
It did?
100% you made the right call. That jerk
I
of
know.
a priest was the real bad guy.
According to
Sure,
the curator, I made the right call.
I mean, I should feel great. But I don't. I feel nothing.
You should feel like you've conquered
Let's
your
get out of here.
past and that you've faced your demons. That's what you're supposed to feel. All of them face the demons, not
Please.
just John.
What just happened?
We're all done here.
Everyone, get out of this house. Daniel, get out of this house now. Get out of this house, Daniel. And John, thank you. Thank you. I was so afraid because it looked like their traits were still locked. It looked like. You saw that. I was like, why are these things unlocked? That must be a bug. It must be a bug. Look at all these bearings. Hold on. Look at all these bearings. Taylor reacted positively. We already know that. Daniel confronted the demon. We already know that. We already know that. Why am I... Oh, wait. Because, oh, that's why... Oh. Okay, I didn't... Yes, okay. Stupid me. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Taylor reacted positively towards the group when talking to Daniel. Taylor agreed to cross the footbridge to find the others. Taylor was flippant about Daniel's experience on the bell power. Taylor told Daniel to leave her while fighting for her life. Taylor escaped from a demon outside the church. Taylor survived the night. Taylor did not take the knife found in the museum. Cool. Homegrown hero. Daniel confronted the demon outside the church to help John. Daniel urged Andrew to leave and let go of the metal bar to fend for himself in the factory basement. Daniel was fascinated by how much he and David looked alike. Daniel survived the night. Daniel escaped from the demon in the factory basement. Daniel took the knife found in the museum. Daniel held onto the knife when running towards the church. Daniel chose not to respond to Angela's cutting remarks about Taylor. Okay. The stranger. Andrew saw Vince ride past on his bike near the covered bridge. Vince cycled away from the group as he emerged from the fog near the graveyard. Vince shouted to Andrew outside the factory, telling him this will be all over soon. I didn't actually hear him say that. Andrew aimed at the demon behind Vince, but did not take the shot. Andrew ran into Vince while running for the safety of the church, and Taylor tried to help him. Angela was intrigued by her look-alike. Angela put her trust in Andrew to help her off the shore. Angela was glad that everyone made it off the shore safely, because it could have been that Angela wasn't glad that people were alive. Goodness gracious, this game really wants to make Angela as mean as possible. Angela urged John to hurry when confronted by the demons outside the ruined house. Angela narrowly escaped from the demon on the shore. Angela fled into the darkness of the sewer after an encounter with the demon. Angela survived the night. Angela apologized to Taylor to keep the peace. Angela escaped the monster's clutches. Nice. Authority figure. John refused the offer of a drink from the bar. John was practical with the others about the danger they were in. John told Andrew to leave him as the demon pounded on the door. John led the way across the broken bridge. John confronted the girl at the covered bridge. John survived the night. Andrew told his look-alike Abraham that Mary was a victim. Andrew thought that the girl he and Angela met meant no harm. Andrew thought that Mary was just a kid and couldn't be blamed for the result of the trial. Andrew showed compassion toward Mary, telling John she was just a kid. Andrew advised Abraham that Reverend Carver was the source of real evil in Little Hope. Andrew influenced his double to defend Mary's innocence and condemn the Reverend. John advised Abraham to speak out against Mary's maliciousness. A girl led John and entered the museum. Mary begged Carver to not execute David. I think that happened because Daniel, David's counterpart, earlier on had tried to protect Mary, and she said, because she said thank you to him, so I think that was the consequence of that. Mary claimed to be innocent to the priest and directed blame at Amy. The girl was seen in the backyard of the ruined house. John told the others that they needed to do whatever it took to stop Mary. Abraham advised Judge Wyman that they could not be certain of Mary's guilt. Mary introduced herself to Andrew and Angela. Mary deliberately turned to watch her sister Tabitha being burned. She deliberately turned to watch her sister Tabitha. See, it's things like this. It's things like this where you wonder. You wonder if you actually were right into not condemning Mary, and the curator was trolling us the entire time. Joseph declared that Mary was evil. But Taylor had doubts this was true. John made it clear that Mary was evil and needed to be stopped. A girl sitting in the road caused the bus driver to lose control and crash the bus. The group saw a girl run from them into the darkness of a covered bridge. John considered burning Mary's puppet, but decided not to. Daniel, Taylor, and Angela saw a girl run to the playground. Mary denied that the puppet was hers, and Tabitha was arrested. A girl was seen again inside the house heading upstairs. Mary was judged to be innocent and gratefully thanked Andrew for his help. Mary appeared to have a seizure during Amy's trial. And last but not least, tools for survival. Andrew failed to take a shot. Andrew found a gun in an old shack. Andrew shot twice at the demon attacking Daniel in the factory basement. So 2 bullets. Andrew shot once at the demon attacking Daniel in the factory. Oh, well, he shot twice. He only used 2 bullets. He only used 2 bullets. And he still has 2 more, I believe. Okay. Whew. I did it, guys. I did it. I saved everyone. Saved everyone. Hey, Vince.
I'm real sorry.
It's alright, man.
I know it wasn't your fault. Both of us been through some real tough time these past years.
Yeah, I know, buddy. Anthony. Oh.
About half a mile or so, there's a diner with a working phone. You call for
Yeah, I
help
know.
and you leave this place. And don't you ever come back.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing left
I
you
think we yeah, you're right. We got what we needed from here. We got our own personal redemption and our own personal path to closure and peace, and we can finally put this behind us, I hope. Ah. It's so good to be able to finally get to this point with everybody.
Great does this feel?
Amazing.
I'm so happy we all made it out of here.
What?
Yeah, same.
My ass is so getting fired tomorrow.
So? What's the deal now, T?
I don't know, D. But stick around. Let's see what happens.
I'm real sorry for what I've put you all through.
It's okay, cutie patootie.
That's gonna haunt me forever.
You're not alone here.
Take it easy on
We've all
yourself.
been through
You know
hell.
that, right?
We're finally getting out of this hell.
And there we have it. There we have it. A lot of people, we've already seen the sequence,
wish
so
we
I can
all
talk
could've
over
made it.
this. And there he is. A lot of people had mixed feelings about this ending, and I get it, because I think part of the problem was, especially after Man of Medan, a lot of people were upset that once again these creatures were just complete illusions. Like none of this actually happened. You know, they were just
Yeah, I'm fine.
all in this one
I just wanna
guy's
get these
head.
folks to where they need to be.
Because, you know, the premise of Man of Medan was very similar. And so
I
maybe
doubt a
people were
short
kind of
delay will
sick and
trouble too
tired
much.
of that. And to them, for them, maybe it was even worse for them, because it felt like whether you kept your companions alive, dead or alive, didn't really seem to matter at the end, because they were dead anyway, or they didn't even
Can everyone
exist
just
in the
shut
first
up?
place anyway. So why does it matter so much
This isn't helping us
that,
find help
you
or
know,
getting us out of
so and so died and so lived, because they didn't actually exist? I get that. However, despite that, I really do like this ending. I really like this twist, because I think the one difference between
We're,
this one and
looking
Man
for
of
a bus
Medan
driver.
is that
Have you
this story is more realistic, it's more believable, therefore it's more
Sounds like you could
relatable.
use a drink.
Because
Better not, thanks.
I just feel my heart just breaks for Anthony, because I really loved his character. In the short time that we saw Anthony in the prologue, he just seemed like a really sweet,
What the hell is
nice
going on in
Boy
there?
Scout of a guy, and you know how much I'm a sucker for the Boy Scout
Get the hell outta
characters,
here.
who,
I'll go
you
once I
know,
look
was
you in the
one of
eye.
the only members
Now
of the
let me
family who
in.
seemed to really defend Megan. You know, Megan just seemed to be upset at everybody. I'd like to believe that she wasn't actually angry at Andrew, and so maybe that's why in the end, Anthony actually survived, because I think Megan recognized that Anthony was like the one that was on her side and the one that was like actually nice to her and that one that was cared for her. Or maybe she didn't, because she did make a claim that nobody like loves her or nobody cares about her. And maybe she was just blinded by the fact that, Anthony was, against her. I'll continue after the curator.
You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result.
I think I'm good, curator. I'm good.
Congratulations. Your
Thank you.
charge found a way through the guilt, the horror, and came away whole. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him.
Hopefully. That's my hope. Because I think this is the best ending, quote unquote. But even that best ending was still sad. And that's okay. I don't need an ending to be completely happy. I just need it to be deserved. I need it to be meaningful. Meaningful and deserved.
Maybe in the South Pacific, or the Arabian Desert, or somewhere else.
But we will meet again. At least one more time.
But we will.
There should be 2 more games, though. There should be 2 more games, so...
At least one more time.
We'll meet 2 more times, curator. Yeah. And there's the house. It's so sad. But yeah, like I was saying, I really liked and got very attached to Anthony's character quickly in the prologue. And then after seeing the ending of this particular game the first time, my heart just bleeded for him, because he didn't do anything wrong. And yet he lost his entire family, which is a traumatizing experience. He got blamed for it and was thrown in jail, at least temporarily. They eventually let him go. But even after that, his reputation in town probably wasn't all that great, because maybe they thought he was cursed. Maybe people still suspected that he actually did murder his family, and probably was shunned. And because he lost his family, he didn't have a support system. And so the poor guy went through his rest of his life suffering PTSD and schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder. Now, maybe he didn't actually get his multiple personality disorder until he came back to Little Hope this night, and then it just triggered him. But, what I'm trying to say is that I like this ending more than Man of Medan, and I appreciate this ending a lot, just because even though many could argue that the lives of these other 4 characters, well, 5, because Andrew wasn't technically a real person either, he was just a manifestation of Anthony in present time, that these 5 characters' lives didn't really matter, but it did matter to Anthony. It did matter to him, and I think that's very important, because his condition is realistic and relatable. It sort of reminds me of people who have, like, veterans of war, especially the Vietnam War, and how so many soldiers had horrifying experiences during that war, and so many of them suffered a lot of mental issues, PTSD, among other things, because of that war. And it just controls your life. And so I liked this ending as I don't know how accurate it actually is portraying, people who are suffering from PTSD, but I'd like to believe it's pretty close, or it's a decent interpretation / representation of schizophrenia and PTSD and multiple personality disorder, and that just fascinates me, and of course makes me feel so much like respect and empathy towards people who suffer from these very real disorders. And so these characters are important, and they do matter to Anthony, because the whole point of this story is he is desperately trying to find closure. He's desperately trying to forgive himself for something that he thought he was guilty of when the poor man really did nothing wrong. He really didn't, but for some reason he has been blaming himself this whole time, and that by imagining that each of these characters could possibly redeem themselves and, could possibly have these heroic moments, it allows him to fully put his family members to rest in his own way. Because while those characters are not real, they were part of his mental reality. And in doing so, it allowed him to forgive himself and to move on and hopefully put a closure in this part of his horrific life, his past life, and move on. Now, now that he's like, how old would he be now? Now that he's like 60 or 50 something, 60 something years old now. Yeah, so I like this ending. I don't mind that that these characters really weren't real. I mean, this is a video game. The characters wouldn't have been real anyway if this is a video game. But you know what I mean. So, but again, I don't want to devalue other people's experiences or opinions about this. I'm just trying to share, my personal musings about it and why I really do legitimately enjoy this game. And again, I will say that after playing this game a second time, I still stand by the opinion that I felt that the characters in Man of Medan overall were more likable, and therefore I was able to get attached to them as a whole easier than the group of this game as a whole easier. I do believe that part of me grew more attached to Daniel in this game than I grew attached to Conrad in the other game, because I think, again, I go for the Boy Scouts, and the way that I've been role-playing Daniel has been a way sweeter versus Conrad, who can be sweet, but that's not like his default thing. So, and I really liked Andrew a lot. I really, really liked Andrew a lot. So I guess my favoritism towards characters are more concentrated, because I think I really, really like Conrad, and then everybody else I was cool with and also liked. Here, I really, really liked Daniel, and then I really, really liked Andrew right behind him, and then everyone else was just kind of, take it or leave it. But even then, I'm glad that I got to have all of them remain alive by this playthrough. And thank you guys so much for watching my second playthrough of this, knowing that it wasn't 100% fully blind. I do appreciate, though, a lot of the new stuff that we got to see that was very different to the stuff that we got to see in my first playthrough with XCI with Shay, and it was really neat to see how the game plays a bit differently as a one-player. Definitely playing it as two-player is the way to go, is the way to get the full experience, or the full party, couch play version, I think is even better. So yeah, thank you very much, Dark Pictures Anthology. I'm not going to harp too much on all of my critiques and requests to improve this game, because I think Shay and I, for the most part, already went over it, and I think I actually went over it a little bit too during this playthrough. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next game and seeing which characters I get attached to and which ones I think are just okay. But you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just realized that Little Hope came out in 2020, which kind of unfortunately is fitting for the year 2020, Little Hope. But hopefully things will start to turn around soon. As of this recording today, I think the news was talking about a vaccine for COVID-19 that was like 90% effective, and Dr. Fauci seemed to be like on board with it. So I don't think anything's going to be happening overnight or anytime really, really soon. But maybe now in 2020 we do have a little hope. Maybe. Who knows? Only time will tell. So thank you guys so much. Love yourselves. And love Daniel. And Andrew. And Taylor and Angela and John. Bye.